Guys, welcome back to a new movie. I've got the lower unit on the table, and it's the lower unit from this engine, the Yamaha 8 HP from 2010. The 6 HP is the same model, and we got the various building years, so I think 2002 until 2014 is the same build. I will put that in the description because it's very useful, and we're gonna change the impeller today in order to give you guys some knowledge and yeah, have a look. I will set up my camera and yeah, maybe I will tell you a bit about this engine, because the lower unit is of course connected to the block or to the leg, and it has 4 bolts and 1 shift link that's connected inside this pipe. So that's very important. Disconnect here, disconnect the shift link, there's this one. Disconnect the 4 bolts, and then that's actually the point to take this one off and carefully get the whole shaft out. It's a long shaft because, as you can see, it will reach the engine. And yeah, take this off carefully. Put it on your working bench and start working on it. Let me position the camera because this is important for you guys to see. Let me turn this a bit to the camera and we're off to go. So I use my DeWalt to take the bolts off, and I'm gonna show you how it's done. Changing the impeller today. 1, 2, 3, and the last one. So this is the DeWalt impact wrench, and it's actually a very powerful machine. So I'm not using it to mount it, only to take it off. It's important that these are connected with some metal plates to push the full pressure on the impeller house. So it's good to know that the impeller house is set up with 4 bolts. We just take them off, put them aside, take the lower 2 off, put them aside, and then it's actually already the case that this is loose. So some engines, this part will be very stuck because of the weather, the water, everything is in between for years maybe. Some people don't change this every season. So take this one off. And it's really good to know that directly under this house, there's the impeller. This impeller is brand new. I changed it already. I will show you the old one later on. This one is connected, and it's connected very tight. But you can slide it off, as you see. And this is the important part. I'm gonna zoom in for you. Here is a notch. And the impeller must be in this notch. If it's not in this notch, it will be spinning freely when your shaft is turning. So, good to know that this notch here is there for a reason, and we can take the notch off and put it on the bench. So, never forget this part, because if you put it back right now, it's gonna spin water and only turn this one freely. So that's some knowledge you have to know, because otherwise it's gonna fail. And it's gonna fail big time because you run dry, and then you don't have the water cooling, etc, etc. So I'm gonna take it off. Whoop. Some pressure to take it off. And here are the 2. This one is new on the left side, and actually it's super nice and neat This one came off. It's not bad. It's not broken, but in the inside it has some wear. So it's dried out in the middle, but if you turn this, then you don't really see cracks. So actually this impeller could do another season for sure. But the fact that I saw a little bit of burnt rubber, it's enough for me to renew it. The impellers, I always use the original ones from Yamaha. They're 24, 25 euros in Holland. And here you have the original numbers I will put down in the description. So the old one, the new one, I'm gonna put it down. And for you to know, you can buy impeller sets with the metal plate. So the metal plate that came off, you clearly see that is exposed to water, and I directly swap everything because I like the know-how that it's new. But this plate has only 2 bolts, so it goes in between the shift linkage. So take those 2 bolts off and the whole plate comes off. It has some holes, as you can see in this one, the old one, and those holes fit over the notches inside the lower unit. So you can only mount it one way, and that is the good way. Then we've got the impeller house, and within the impeller house there are 2 parts. One is this one. I'm gonna show you closer up. One is this one. As you can see, this is the old house, and the impeller goes in here and twists very fast and forces the water flow to go up in this one. So it's nice to know that if you buy the whole set, impeller, plate, and the internals, there's a rubber seal that goes out. Then you can grab with a tool the sides of this house and you pull it out evenly, and then everything comes out. So these are the old parts. The new one already installed. So we're gonna build it back together in order for you to have a good understanding on how it works. I'm gonna zoom in for you. And I think we're here. So we start with the shaft. The whole shaft we put in straight so we can see the hole for the small notch. You put in some grease, already did, and you put in a notch. And this is a very precise job because it needs to be leveled. I see that it's leveled. When it's leveled, we get the impeller, and you can see here that the impeller has a hole. And that's exactly the hole we need to focus on putting back the impeller. So we put back the impeller, we keep the hole straight up, we push the impeller over the thick part, and now we're back at the precise job. Look for the hole and make sure we push the impeller in. For now it didn't work, so I have to adjust a bit. And I put it in a better view for you, so you don't see my head all the time. Okay, it's aligned. Now I push further, and there it is, the click. The click means that the small lever is straight. So the impeller is in the right position at this moment. Then the first thing we do is we get some Vaseline spray. Make sure that we soak this in, because we want the impeller to resist the weather types. We want the impeller to have enough Vaseline to keep the rubber easy and nice for the winter. Then we get the impeller house. We put it over the shaft with the water linkage to the right side. This pipe, that's where the water goes up until it goes in another pipe inside the motor. The impeller house, you're gonna twist the shaft until the impeller blades bend. So you're gonna push, twist, 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 and while twisting, you try to push it in the notches. There are 2 notches, one on top, one downstairs, or at the bottom. And now it is in its place. Actually, this is it, changing the impeller and the plate and the impeller housing. So we put back those. Then we put back the other ones. To speed up the process, I will slightly tighten with the DeWalt, but not over tighten. 1. Oops, wrong. 2, 3, 4, and now we make sure that I do it by hand the rest, because we don't want to mess up. So this takes a while. Maybe I will speed up the video, but it's good to know that you can't push full pressure. This DeWalt machine produces 800 Newton meters of torque, and that's not something I want to push onto this fragile impeller house. So that's 1, opposite side 2, this one is 3, and the last one. Okay, actually this is the whole video about changing the impeller house and the metal plate. As I told you, this is the job that you actually can do for a lot of building years of build. So I think 2002 or 2004 until 2014, but I will specify that in the description. So this is the engine, and yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, let me know. And this one is gonna be good. Have a good one. Ciao.